everybody, welcome to the channel. This is my Diane Arbus setup that I have here. It's not a complete replica of the Diane Arbus setup, but it's as close as I could come with what I have. It's pretty close. So here we have the Mamiya Flex C2. Then we have the Mamiya C-Core 180 centimeter or 18 centimeter 180 millimeter 4.5 lens. Always must remember to unlock and lock. Okay, so then added on to that, you can see by a lot of her photos, she had Mamiya's hood that was made for this 180 f4.5 lens or lens set. There we go, we tighten that on there. And then I had to make my own setup for, so we adapt. I don't have the exact structure or the exact flash that she would have used. So I put this bracket on. And then I have this bracket here that holds the flash. So we'll put that on. Make sure it's good and snug. There we go. And then on top of this, I have just an adapter that I'm pretty sure this might be a Really Right Stuff adapter. I'm not too sure. I bought it years ago. We'll be using not the original flash, but we'll be using the Godox Lux Senior strobe, and that's pretty close to what you're going to get to what she had. Right. It's a kind of a vintage replica. I've really I've used this in a lot of places. Things just aren't tightened down yet. On a lot of different cameras, and I really really like it. Actually, I've really had success with it, as some of you would know in our past videos. And then we would hook up the PC link to the strobe. Now, before we put any kind of film in here, it's always, whoops, holy smokes, almost knocked the whole world over. But I won't edit that out because that's not what this channel is about. So there you go. There's that. So we could give that a test. In the one video that I showed of this setup, I had a whatchamacallit, I had a hand trigger up here. I might put that on yet, I'm not too sure. Everything seems to be working. That's good. So we can close this up. Always push that bulb in first before you fold this on the Godox Lux Senior flash. We'll turn it to off. On the back of this flash, you have, like you did in the older flashes, to judge your distance and your power. Well, this might be a little hard to balance, so we'll take some of this off. Actually loosen this off and put it like this, just for this video. So, and in here today we will be using FP4, Ilford's FP4 100. Now, I could go through the whole history of Diane Arbus. There's quite a few videos on it already. You know, to give other people, you know, go look at some other videos. She was a photographer that a lot of her photography seemed to be of misfits, like the circus clowns and what they would call back then. I don't know if it's proper to use those words now, but just for example purposes only, misfits and transvestites back then, and all of that. That was a lot of that was her subject matter. Midget clowns. So we got the, take this up to the red lines, right, on the C2. Close that up, make sure it's closed up. Now on the C2, now that once you've done that, you have to fire this little trigger under here. And then wind, that'll take you to number 1. There we go, we're on number 1, we're ready to go. So we'll bring this back and we'll finish setting this up. This has to be tightened anyway, so I don't want to over tighten it. There we go, we're in a position. Tighten this one right here. Always seems to need to be tightened. So there you have it. I'll step out and do the best I can, but we do have some street strugglers here that you know, I've become quite friendly with and stuff like that. So I don't want to focus too much on that subject matter. You know, but the reason why you'll see street strugglers photos in this video would be simply because that's all there is to take photos of that would match, you know, to some kind of portraiture that she would have taken with this kind of setup. So, and I'll be using the Icofot light meter. It's a selenium light meter that I've swear by. Once it's set up and calibrated, this light meter is deadly. So I'll be using the Icofot light meter. I did not bring it in the room here with me, I do believe. I don't think I did. I may have. Give me a second. You never know. No, and I don't have it with me in this room. So there you go. Let's go out and do some photos. I'll give you a little bit of information on Diane Arbus. She ended up committing suicide. She's one of those artists that got too entrenched in her subject matter and ended up committing suicide. So sad story, but this is a tribute to her with pretty much the gear that she was using. So that's what we're doing here. Rest in peace, Diane Arbus. It's always sad that to hear the end of an artist come to such a tragedy, but that's what happens, I guess, when we get overindulged in what makes our art. So there we go. let's go take some photos, and we're going to show you the results. So using this gear, let's get on the subject of feelings. Now, here I am. I'm a little bit flustered here because I've read the Diane Arbus story countless times. There's lots on YouTube. It's on. You can Google it. It's in Wikipedia. So when we talk about feelings, when I talk about feeling with gear, this is one of the meanings that I mean about feelings. So while I'm out doing these photos and trying to get these portraits, I'm basically placing myself in her shoes with the equipment and doing what she was doing. You know, basically, like, not for real. We don't have circus people and stuff like that here, and we have different laws that nowadays where you don't go pointing people out because of their different choices of their genders or whatever. So, but the whole feeling will be there. So this equipment, this whole setup right here, is going to give me that feeling. This is one of the feelings I'm talking about with using my camera gear. They have meaning, they have purpose, and they put me in touch with these artists the best way possible, right? We could all go to galleries, or we could read or watch YouTube videos all we want, or social media. But this right here is going to bring me as close as I can possibly be to being in her shoes using her equipment. So here we go. Hope you enjoy the photos. Let's give it a go. Thanks, you guys. I really appreciate you coming along. I'll have a few other intros like this going through the cameras, and in the future I'll start doing some overviews of the cameras as well, again. So, but this right here is about Diane Arbus and Diane Arbus's gear that she used, and what you see in a lot of photos of Diane Arbus with her gear. Okay, see you guys later. Like, subscribe, click the bell, hang in there.
Don't know what you wanna achieve, but make 'em believe you know where you're going. Doesn't matter when you're with me, I like you for you and all that you're doing. I used to be just like you, trying to meet the expectations of this life, but I wrote my own set of rules. You should write your